Guest model speaker tonight, Paul Singh. His speech is focus, 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 focus. Paul Singh.
You need to focus, focus, focus. Oi, focus, God, focus. Focus, focus, focus. How many people have heard that in their life every time they screwed up? You need to learn to focus, focus, focus. Now, how many people have bachelor degrees or higher here at this school? All right. Now, have you had any class in focus or how to focus? But yet, all our life, we were told we needed to learn to focus, focus, focus. Kind of like location, location, location. Focus, focus, focus. Mr. Contest Master, fellow Toastmasters, an honored guest. Today, we're going to talk about how to focus. Now, first of all, why do we need to focus? Can anybody answer that? Why do we need to focus? To learn. To do anything. To go to the bathroom. Can you imagine if you didn't focus when you went to the bathroom, how you would come out? Toilet paper hanging, stuff all over the place. You need to focus at every moment of your life. Now, there are times when you don't need to focus. When somebody's criticizing you, when somebody's yelling at you, maybe you don't need to focus then. But most other times, you need to focus. So if I was to ask you, what is focus? What is focus? Anybody? Nobody? Really? Focus is so crucial. Every success that you got in life depended upon focus. Would you agree? Yes. Right? But yet, if I ask you what is focus, we're all drawing a blank. Isn't that sad? When something so crucial to your life, your success, your happiness, and we all draw a blank, people of all different ages are drawing a blank. So let's talk about what is focus. Well, before we talk about that, let's talk about some professionals who really have to focus. Can anybody tell me a professional who really has to focus?
A fireman.
A fireman, yeah. If he doesn't focus, he'll be, getting burned himself. A fireman.
Surgeon.
A surgeon. A surgeon. A pilot. Okay, so how does a surgeon focus? Can you all see this faded color? Yeah. I should have focused earlier. Oh, this is even better. How's that multicolored? Okay, so how does a surgeon focus? When a surgeon is going to operate on your eye, what does he do? Can anybody tell me? What does it do?
He studies it, the operation first.
He studies the operation, he focuses on the operation. He puts a blanket or some kind of a sheet on your whole body and just leaves the eye area open. Why is that? It's because when you narrow the field of focus, when you narrow the frame, you can focus deeper. Have you noticed? All surgeons, when they operate on you, they cover the rest of your body and they just leave the part that they're going to operate on. You know why? Because if they didn't cover your whole body, they'd be like, oh, look, there's a ingrown hair. Let me get that out. Well, I'm supposed to be doing knee surgery. So first thing you need to do is frame of focus. You got to have a frame of focus. So while you're focusing, let's talk about a surgeon. If a surgeon is operating on your eye and all of a sudden a phone rings from his wife, do you think he will take it?
No.
Why not?
He's focusing.
He's focusing on the thing. So the second thing you need to worry about is one thing at a time. One thing at a time. So if you really want to focus on something, make sure you're not multitasking. So many times we close the garage door and we were on the phone, and then we go about a mile, then we come back because we don't remember if we closed the garage door or not. Has that happened to anybody?
Yes.
Why is that? Because we were multitasking. Your brain can only do one thing at a time, one conscious thing at a time. So if you're multitasking, you're missing out on half your life. So if you really want to focus, do one thing at a time. Now, let's talk about a surgeon again, because to me, a surgeon, a pilot, a fireman, they have extreme jobs that really require a lot of focus. So a pilot, no matter how many times he's flown the same plane, he goes through a checklist, right? So a surgeon also, he'll go through a checklist of things that he needs to focus on. So how about a checklist? So if you really need to focus, make a checklist of things that are important. Now comes you. Can anybody guess what I'm going to make with you to help you focus better? Now that you see what I'm doing here, can anybody guess what that is? Undivided attention. Bingo, undivided attention. So basically, when you're doing something, make sure you're turning your phone off, make sure you turn everything off. Undivided attention. Beautiful. Okay, so now let's see what we can do with S. Safety of your surroundings. When you get so extreme focus, sometimes you will forget what's going on. There could be a fire alarm going off and you won't even know it because you're so focused. Safety and surroundings. So let's put this to test. Let's say that you're assigned to pick up a whole bunch of school kids and drive the school bus and take them to Potomac Mills from right here, Rolling in Old Keene. Pretty stressful job, right? Especially if you've never been a bus driver. Would you agree? You're not allowed even one screw up, right? How would you focus? What would be your frame? What would be the frame of your focus? The route, the front screen, the rear view mirror, but you will do it alternatively. You'll take turns doing it. You won't do all of them at one time. You'll do this, look back, but your frame will be very well defined. You'll know exactly what your frame is. How many things would you do at one time? One thing at a time, because this is extremely. And then what about the checklist? You'll see how many kids went in the bus, how many kids are coming out of the bus, how many kids are sitting down, whatever, the checklist that you have. And you give it undivided attention, which means if your phone rings, would you answer it? Would you text? And then finally the safety and surroundings. So if you use this method, could you get those kids to Potomac Mills Mall from Burke?
Yes.
There you go. That's how we focus. Ladies and gentlemen, I had to figure this out the hard way, but I test this theory all the time. I play table tennis and I play golf professionally. And when I say professionally, I don't mean for the national golf championships. I play for money at certain places. And whenever I'm out of focus, I'm losing. The minute I use this formula, I start winning. And I never share this with my competitors. It's the contest master pillar.
At this time, I would have our contestants be escorted out by our Sergeant of Arms. And he will give you 5 minutes when he goes to the back and write up the notes. You have your own timer back there? Or you want us to come get you after 5?
We'll do it.
Okay? All right, very good. So, Paul, that was a wonderful speech. We really appreciate you coming in. What we want to do is learn a little bit about Paul and figure out why is he so focused on his speaking and the things he likes to do in life. So if you could just kind of tell us, what club are you a part of?
I'm part of Story and Improv club that meets in Irving High School on Thursdays. Afaf is our wonderful president.
Okay.
And Paul White is Prime Minister. And so very fortunate to have such wonderful speakers in my club.
Outstanding. So what made you come to Toastmasters or want to learn or speak more, better? What got you involved?
What got
with
me involved?
Toastmasters?
That's a very good question, Mr. Table Topic Master. No. I hurt myself playing tennis back in 2003 to the point where the doctor told me that I will never be able to run again. So I thought to myself that if I can never run again, I better become a good talker.
All right.
So I joined Toastmasters and it's done very well for me. I love it. I get in a lot of trouble, but most of the times I can get out of it. So.
So what made you decide your topic tonight? I mean, it's a very specific topic. It talks really about a message. What made you come up with that topic tonight? Like, what motivated you to come up with that?
The best part about teaching is, you learn more by teaching. And so whenever I do topics like this, it reinforces in my head more than anybody else. You guys probably won't even remember tomorrow, but this thing is burnt in my head, and I use it all the time. And it's so wonderful to have this tool because all my life, they never gave us this tool, and we got we got beat up in India because we didn't know how to focus, and they would kick us and say, "You need to focus," but nobody ever told us how to focus. And to me, that's so unfair. And it's so simple. You try this method, and you'll see. You won't have to read the book again and again. You get it the first time. I'm taking some dancing classes, and they have to show me just once, and it's done. And the minute I'm out of focus, you could show me all day long. So yeah, so it comes in very handy in everything I do. And secondly, I do workshop at senior centers. I'm a volunteer for senior centers, where we do a workshop called Happiness 101, where we talk about different ways to create happiness within yourself. And so if you ever get a chance, look me up at Lorton Senior Center, Woodbridge Senior Center, Great Falls Senior Center, and several others.
Wow, wow. That is an impressive background. Pro golfer, pro dancer,
Not
pro
a
tennis
pro
table,
dancer, no.
You know,
Not a pro dancer.
You're out motivating, volunteering in the community. So I mean, that's a blessing to have you with us tonight. We really do appreciate it. One last thought though, what would you think is one of your most favorite memories or things that might have happened to you while being involved with Toastmasters? Maybe your best day or your favorite memory.
Wow, that's a great question. The favorite memory is my first trophy that I got was in DC at I think it was not area, but after area is division, and after division is there's
District.
There's one more in between, is there not?
No.
Okay. So anyhow, it was division contest, and the first time I won the trophy at the division contest, and it felt so good. I was like, wow, I got a trophy. And now I have like 7, 8 of them in my fridge, and the other day my wife says, don't you think we should throw these away? It hurt. So I said, how can I turn this into a gift? So now whenever I have to hide something, I hide it behind the trophies, because ain't nobody looking at my trophies.
Thank you for your time, sir. And with that being said, oh no, we're not letting you leave yet.
Thank you.
All right, we'd like to give you a certificate of appreciation that's presented to you for being the Benny Bow Model Speaker. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right.